Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I've missed you all. I have landed into a new location. The funny thing is I'm more jet lagged now than I was coming from the US. So welcome to my live stream. What are we talking about? We are talking about history. We are talking about current events. We're talking about business fundamentally. We are talking about money. My goal is to educate you guys to be able to look at what's happening in the world from an objective, clear-headed point of view so you can recognize economic booms that's happening right in front of your face. Now you typically think of economic booms as something that comes with business growing and people are shopping and spending, but economic booms actually come in many different faces, many different forms. If you've been watching my live stream, I actually talked about how war creates an economic boom, how peace and reconstruction create economic booms. I've talked about how politics, geopolitics create economic booms and or recessions. So what is the theme of my live today? It's about power and how power struggles actually impact the global and domestic economy. Now, if you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Tara. I am from the US. I am born, made, and raised in the US. I am a digital nomad. I wasn't live streaming yesterday because I was traveling. If anyone wants to guess where I am, feel free. But I'm now in a new country for the next about 90 days. So if you want to guess where I am, great. Otherwise, I'll be giving clues at some point in time. So back on topic. One thing you need to know is that I have a moderator, and if you happen to get muted, you will be muted for my entire live stream. If you happen to be fortunate enough or unfortunate enough to get blocked, you will never have the opportunity to watch my live stream again. So proceed very carefully and very wise, because this is about adding value. This is not entertainment. No, I left Malaysia. This is not entertainment. This is education. This is cerebral stimulation. I am asking you to break through some of those cobwebs and boundaries you have in your mind, so you can focus on the end goal, which is money. Next, if you're watching my live stream, I am asking you to tap the screen and give me hearts. That lets me know I'm not in Singapore. That lets me know that we're vibing and that you understand me. And it also lets the TikTok algorithm know that I'm adding value. Okay, so I want to be clear. This requires you to focus and put your thinking cap on. I want you to leave your religious preferences, your racial preferences, and your political preferences at the door. This is about cash, money, cash, money, cash, money. Roy, no. Keep going, Roy. You understand? That's what this is about. I'm here to teach you how to identify economic booms so that you can constantly be in the state of prosperity. No, I'm not in Barbados. I'm in Asia, and a constant state of prosperity. And it's critical for you to listen to me, because there's things that are happening right before your face that you don't understand what it means. But to me, I see money, I see opportunity, and I see change. And when there's change, there's money. And when there's opportunity, there's money. So if you're with me, welcome to my live stream. My name is Tara. I am a digital nomad. I have a degree in business and international economics. I love history. I love business. I love money, and I love current events. And I have a unique point of view. Wrong again, Roy. You're close, but you're wrong. All right. So let's get started. I typically start my live stream off as follows. To me, business is made up of opportunity, which is risk and reward, and history. Now, normally when you go to school, you hear history told from a victim and a victor type of point of view. But actually, if you dig a little deeper, the point of history is opportunity. It's opportunity. And that's why I said risk and reward, because history is made through people taking risk. No, I'm not in the Philippines. Keep trying. By taking risk and gaining the rewards of it. It could be religious freedom. It could be any type of freedom. But history is made when you have trailblazers, pioneers, people who are willing to go after what they want, and they impact and change the lives of all of us in the present and in the future. Now, thank you for the gift. What I like to tell people is that one of the critical problems we have, common everyday folk, is that we're not able to objectively look. I love money. Okay, if you're watching me and you don't love money, I'm going to tell you this is not the best live stream for you. Money is not evil. It's human beings and what they do with it. Money's good. Money's good. Money's good, okay? Money is good. Now, how much money you need, I don't know, but money is good. And it's okay to admit that money is good, all right? Even if you're broke, it's okay. So let me get back on topic. Risk and reward. The problem with us, a lot of us, is that we are not able to objectively analyze risk and reward. We have been brainwashed to think that getting a job and working for someone else, that is a form of stability, that is a form of safety, and that has a high reward. Working for someone else is more risky than you know, because there are hidden costs and sunken costs to you being employed by someone else. So if you're in my live stream, I'm here to kind of burst your bubble and to get you to see beyond what you've been taught and what you've been told, and to really maximize your income earning abilities, because then you're going to see, wow, I'm actually not getting paid what I'm worth. I'm actually spending time on things that are not adding zeros and commas to my bank account. So if you're with me, welcome to my live stream. If you're ready to get started, I am talking about international news today. I am talking about power, and I'm talking about some subjects that may be touchy, sensitive for people, but I'm telling you now, keep your personal preferences to the side and focus on my live stream. My live stream is about money. Do you understand? It's about money. And if you can't handle that, scroll, STFU, or scroll. All right, so let's get on it. And to let you guys know, I am in Vietnam, all right? Thank you, Roy, for guessing. I am in Vietnam for the next 90 days until June. So thank you for those who tried to guess, but I landed in Vietnam yesterday. I'm surprisingly jet lagged, and I look like I got dragged by an alley cat, but work with me here, okay? I'm in Vietnam. So what are we talking about here? The Houthis are attacking cargo ships in the Red Sea. Okay, they are attacking and disrupting global trade and shipping in the Red Sea. Now, why is this important? Well, I just told you, global trade. If you have any idea how much money that goes into getting a cargo ship prepared and importing and exporting, it is millions, if not billions of dollars at stake. Now, if you don't know, the Red Sea, it's supposed to be an area that Egypt is watching. Now, when ships are actually getting cargo ships that are being destined for the West is being destroyed, you must understand what that does to investments. It does to insurance costs, what it does to the price of goods and services. This is huge. When global trade is interrupted, it actually takes more time for what you're used to get into your hands. Now, billions and trillions of dollars are made through global trade. I know there's some countries that think that not being involved on a global scale as far as providing goods or services is a very good idea. But if anyone who knows about restricting your economy, you also know that you cap your ability to be a prosperous nation. Global trade is fundamental to economics because it makes the world your customer. And when the world is your customer, that is ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. That makes it so that you're able to stack bank, tap bank, and stash that bank at a rate that you would never be able to imagine. So when cargo ships are actually getting impacted and they're not making it to their destination, it has a ripple, it has a multiplier effect. It impacts the cost of goods and services. It impacts the cost to do importing and exporting. It causes insurance prices to go up. It causes delays. It goes on and on and on. So why would the Houthi, why are they attacking? Well, I told you the purpose of my live stream. It's about power. Power also creates microeconomic booms. You're blocking, right? Good. Some people I want blocked. Okay. Some of y'all, you're not going to get the benefit of being muted. You're going to get blocked. Power also creates economic booms. Now, how does it do it? When you have a group of people who are targeting cargo ships, they're targeting cargo ships because they are attempting to exert economic influence and economic inconvenience to certain parties, okay? And when they do that and they're able to be successful, that gives them more power, it gives them more control, and actually it creates some type of proponent of fear. Now, if you don't know, fear is huge when it comes to consumer confidence. When consumers, people who spend money, are scared, whether they're scared of getting goods or services, whether they're scared for being able to live their life freely, that impacts the economy. I told you at the beginning of my live stream, everything translates to money. Even when a group wants to establish power, inconvenience, or economic detriment, it translates into money. People like to tell you that they're fighting for a particular cause. They're advocating for particular reasons. But you must understand it comes down to money and power. Whatever justifications that a group uses, you need to look at what happens. When said groups get power, what do they do with that power? They exert economic, religious, social pressures on groups of people. So even though a cause that a person is engaging in is under the mask of we're doing this for a particular reason, it's about money and it's about power. If you don't believe me, go back in history. Look at what happened on the continent of Africa, where people say they're fighting for freedom, they're fighting for rights. When it gets down to it, what happened to the humanitarian aid? What happens to the money? No, it's about ego-based reasons. So when you get caught up in distractions, like we're fighting for the rights, we're fighting for the independence of a group of people, no, it's about money and power. And to get that money and power, someone has to be investing in the activities of this group, because you can't fight without resources. You cannot attack cargo ships and have them sink without money and resources. So if you're paying attention to my live stream, I told you it's about money. Thank you for the gift. It's about money. Time and time again, thank you for the gift. We get distracted by what is fundamentally going on. And you like to think it's for racial reasons, religious reasons. It's about money and power. It is not truly to help those that they're fighting for. That is how they dupe you. That is how they brainwash you. And that is how they get you to go into a cause that truly does not benefit you. Now, let's get back to it. How are the Houthis able to attack cargo ships in the Red Sea unless there is investment in their cause? Now, anyone who watches my live stream, you understand investment creates microeconomic booms. Now, the microeconomic boom that's being created right now has to do with, defense activities and tools. So even when hostile activities are going on, okay, it starts with a T. I'm not going to say it. It starts with a T. That's also an economic boom. Now, that economic boom that's being created, unfortunately, has some hidden and sunken costs, which impacts the lives of innocent people. But I want you to understand, even the activities that is happening with the Houthi it is an investment. Someone is investing in them. They are spending on tools, I'm saying tools, to help them achieve a goal. Because if you take a step back and you look at the bigger picture, why are you hitting a cargo ship? If you are fighting for the rights, the freedom, the stability and safety of a group of innocent human beings, why are you all the way in the Red Sea going after cargo ships that has natural resources that actually brings wealth to that region of the world? Listen to me. You are going after cargo ships that have been paid for with cash. That cash benefits that region of the world because we are buying oil, gas, those natural resources. When those natural resources do not make it to their destination, then what that means is that, one, you are actually hurting the prosperity of that region because they have rich natural resources that are in demand and people are willing to pay for. And when they do not make it to Europe, it doesn't go to the US, then what happens is you are actually fostering generational poverty. You have to think about the actions of what's happening. While you're fighting for the freedom of people, you are creating generational poverty. So I have to ask you about your objective decision making. You have groups of people who are investing in your actions. Your actions are causing the destruction, the economic global destruction, which means oil and gas is not making it around the world. And you're doing this to help people? How are you helping people if they can't eat? How are you helping people if they can't prosper? How are you helping people if there's not money for development and reconstruction to live a stable, happy, prosperous life? This is how we get distracted, everyone. On one hand, they're fighting, they're creating an economic boom. But on the other hand, there's a group of people who are suffering financially, economically, because this microeconomic boom is actually only benefiting a small portion of the population. This is what I say about hidden costs, and sucking costs. You get distracted. When the collective is not financially gaining from the activities, that is a sign that this microeconomic boom is self-serving. But you're being distracted by what's being told in the news and some version of history. But the fact is, an economic boom is supposed to lift all, lift most. And if it's not lifting most, and people are getting harmed, they don't have a safe place to sleep, they don't have a way to earn an income, I'm questioning the economic activities. Because fundamentally, it's about power, it's about control, it's about lies, it's about manipulation, and that does not create economic stability and economic prosperity. I told you my live stream is about cash. True economic prosperity actually helps benefit as many people as possible. And when the masses are not benefiting from investments and activities that the Houthis are engaging in, this is called a microeconomic boom, which is a bubble, which means it's not going to last. And there's going to be long-term costs associated with this that delays the advancement of people in society. There's sometimes power struggles that happen that actually have a very long-term effect on the ability of people in a region to be able to prosper and to get ahead. And this is a major thing that you need to focus on, because listen to this. The Houthis attacking trade ships, it impacts trade passage for Asia, for Europe, and the Middle East. Their actions is impacting the trade passage for Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. 30% of global container traffic, 30% of global container traffic goes through the Red Sea. It contains vital oil shipments, and you know we like our oil and gas and petrol. So if 30% of the world's global trade passage goes through the Red Sea, do you not see the extent of the economic impact that it has on the world? And more potently, specifically on the Middle East. The Middle East, certain regions have gotten rich off of that natural resources. Every country has natural resources that they're able to use, and they are able to earn an income. And when you are not getting those resources to the buyer, those natural resources actually become worthless. I want you to listen to me. Every continent has natural resources that benefits innovation, it benefits trade, it benefits the global economy. When you have natural resources that cannot be gotten to, that cannot be mined, that cannot be produced, it doesn't matter what you're sitting on. You could be sitting on a land of gold. If we cannot get to the gold is worthless. Let me give you an example. Anyone who's watched my live stream, you know blue gold. Blue gold is cobalt. Cobalt is used for thermal stability. It's used for a number of different things that helps with this digital economic boom. Cobalt is called blue gold. Now, cobalt is currently being mined in Chile. Now, the Congo also has one of the world's largest reserves of cobalt. Why is the U.S. not doing deals with the Congo that has the world's largest amount of cobalt? Why are we in Chile, not in the Congo? Let me tell you why. Because if you can't safely get to that natural resource and refine it, mine it, and get it to the market and sell it, that cobalt is worthless. The reason why we are in Chile is because Chile is stable. Chile has security, defense. They have what do you call soldiers. They have soldiers to protect their land. They're able to align with U.S. values, and that is how we're able to. They have military cooperation. That is why we are in Chile mining their cobalt instead of the Congo. It doesn't matter what natural resources your country has. If you cannot mine it, you cannot produce it, it is worthless. So when you have tankers, cargo ships full of oil and gas that have been successfully mined, successfully put on a cargo ship, and they do not make it to the destination, that's worthless. So on one hand, you're fighting for the freedom of a group of people, but you're economically castrating them. You're economically crippling them. So what is the point of freedom if you don't have money? What is the point of freedom if you don't have the funds for reconstruction, development, education, medicine, health? Listen to me, people. I told you this is a complicated live stream. If you're still with me, tap the screen. This live stream is about money. It's about power. And more particularly, it's about you protecting your economic and financial interests so that you are not exposed. You see, I'm telling you this story from a global point of view. But at the end of my life, I'm going to make it more personal for you. Let me explain to you why. Anyone who's gone through a divorce and you have built assets through marriage, and now you're going through divorce, and the person who has the most money, who can afford the best lawyer, guess what? They more than likely are going to win in court because they have the resources to protect their interests and flex. That is how some people in divorce get shafted, and some people are able to move on. This is no different than what's going on here. I gave you a personal reason of how the same theory of power struggles impacts you financially. So you must understand that just because I'm talking about a global story, I'm going to bring it home and I'm going to relate it to you because it's critical for you to understand this. Power struggles impact your bag. Power struggles impacts your bank. And when you do not have the power, the resources to flex, to protect your economic interests, you suffer personally, and countries and citizens of certain countries suffer economically. Now, certain people benefit from these small economic booms, but the majority will suffer because of activities, okay? So now, because of what's happening in the Red Sea, cargo shipments in the Red Sea are down 70%, okay? So I want you to picture this. If 100 ships would go through the Red Sea on a monthly basis. The divorce analogy fails to prove your point. Congratulations. Now, moving on. If 100 ships go through the Red Sea on a monthly basis, 70% of those are not making it through the Red Sea. That is money. 70% of the ships are not making it through the Red Sea. I want you to do some extrapolation and some calculations of what I'm saying. That is millions, billions of dollars that are being sunk into the Red Sea. All because of some notion, some ideal that is happening. Now, if you are a business owner, and if you are the owner of the goods or the goods that are on those cargo ships, that is impacting your net profit. If you have purchased that oil and gas and it's not made it to you, you're also impacted because you have consumers who are waiting for you to offer them that oil and gas. So it's a cluster F. It's a cluster fudge. It's a cluster fudge. So what are people doing? They're sailing around the Cape of Good Hope, South Africa's Cape of Good Hope. It is adding 3,500 miles. That's money. Okay? It's adding 10 days of travel time. That is money. It is increasing the cost of freight and insurance. That's money. That's money. Anytime you have unplanned for expenses, that is money. Now, I told you business is made up of opportunity and history. On one hand, the Houthis, Egypt, and the Red Sea, they're making history for losing and destroying money. On the other hand, there's opportunity because you have countries like Iraq who's in the process of creating their world trade hub so that cargo ships don't have to go through Egypt's Red Sea. They can come through Iraq, which is also quicker and ideally safer. This is how money shifts. If you watched me before, I told you money does not disappear. Money moves. Because of the hundreds of millions, billions of dollars that are being lost through the Red Sea, through the Suez Canal, it is creating an opportunity for the country of Iraq to stabilize itself, to get foreign investment, to start building their trade hub, to have cargo ships go through there. That is how you get ka-ching. That is how you identify opportunity. While people are going through power struggles and they're sabotaging their economic advancement, you have other countries who see opportunity, who are willing to invest in it and to steal the money that is being lost. They are working to steal the business that is going through Egypt and the Suez Canal because they see money. What is the point of fighting if you don't have food to eat? What is the point of fighting if you do not have health, medicine, education, and if your citizens don't have a long lifespan? The purpose is to live a very high quality lifestyle for everyone on the earth. If your citizens of your country do not have great health, longevity, prosperity, safety, education, and freedom, what exactly are you fighting for? That is the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to prosper. The purpose of life is to expand your mind and explore whatever it is that you choose to explore. If you are destroying your natural resources and people are not able to buy your oil and gas, you essentially have multiplied poverty. This is huge. This is how some civilizations, some great nations cease to be a major player in the world. Either you make history or you become history. And when you engage in actions that destroys the economic prosperity and advancement of your continent, of your country, you are basically making yourself obsolete. You are impacting your citizens, their quality of life, their ability to practice whatever it is that they believe in. And at the end of the day, if you don't have food, you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your health. What are you doing? This is how I tell you guys, don't get caught up in the distractions. Do not get caught up in the hype. If you are not able to line your money with cash, and if you do not have a way to earn cash, I'm asking you to think about what you're doing. Because how you spend your time, who you spend your time with, your bank account is a reflection of that. Your bank account is a reflection of how you spend your time, your energy, because it impedes your ability to earn an income. And then you get angry and then you want to fight because you're jealous. You're jealous because the advancement of others, when the whole premise of what you're fighting over is flawed. It's flawed. You cannot have stability without economic prosperity. You cannot have advancement without having trade partners and having natural resources that someone wants to buy. So all these power struggles that are happening, some of them are futile. They're absolutely futile. So the Houthis attack U.S. and allied ships, which carry oil, petroleum, natural gas. And what they're essentially doing is fueling generational poverty. They're fueling the lack of advancement in education, in medicine, in spiritual points of views. It's impacting it all the way around. It's about money. Now, if you're in that region, if you're in this region, you could actually possibly be benefiting economically. If you had a security company, you could actually go down to the Red Sea, get contracts, and you could actually help protect cargo ships. So even in the midst of power struggles, of hostile activities, there are ways for companies and organizations to stack that cash. Because this activity is actually creating microeconomic booms. Now, it's not a microeconomic boom that I would like to be a part of, but I'm telling you, you have defense security companies that are actually making money off of these types of activities. So even in the midst of destruction, and the creation of generational poverty, you have companies that go overseas that protect the interests of the West and countries like the East. They profit off of it. There are companies that profit off of this type of activity. So when I tell you there's money, there's bags of money to be snatched, you must trust and believe. People are getting paid. Lives are being destroyed. Supplies are being destroyed. And there's still companies that are getting rich off of these activities. There's always money. There is always money. And when you can see opportunity, then you can get that money. Now, I'm sure there's some people in my live stream who knew that there's companies who profit off of doing defense and securities off of cargo ships when they're being attacked. I know there's people in my live, and there's some of you who are shocked. Welcome to my live stream. Money doesn't disappear, money moves. Now, here's the next topic. All right, here's the next topic. Britain backs peacekeeping for post. Hold on. This is ridiculous. Britain is basically saying that they support peacekeeping after the Ukraine war ends. Now I want you to listen to me. Britain says they support peacekeeping for the Ukraine-Russia war after it ends. Let me tell you what this means. First, it's some bullshit, but let me tell you what it means, okay? This is all air. This is just hot air. You support after a war that hasn't ended, peace. That means you are willing to consider sending soldiers and supplies after the Russia-Ukraine war ends. Let me tell you what this means. This means they don't have the money and or resources to get involved in this Ukraine-Russia war. Because anyone who's watched my live stream before, I told you war activities actually create microeconomic booms. So Britain does not have the money, the resources, or the people to actually financially, economically benefit from the war activities that are happening between Russia and Ukraine. Anyone who pays attention, you know, war actually creates economic growth. War, there's a history of war being used to support the growth and the stabilization of economies. Sometimes in U.S. history, we get close to a recession, we get involved in a war, and guess what? Our economy starts booming. So Britain doesn't even have the money to benefit. They don't have it. Now, why am I telling you this? I just told you Britain doesn't have the money or the resources to help stabilize Ukraine and or Russia. That means that Britain is struggling. That means Britain is economically struggling on many levels. I told you my live stream is about power struggles. This tells me that Britain has lost its edge. It's no longer sitting at the table. It's no longer sitting at the table that it used to. Now, why? Britain used to be the Great British Empire. This is a sign of Britain. It's been declining. It's been declining from the British Empire. It's been declining from World War I. It's been declining from World War II. Britain is essentially a colony of the U.S. Did you hear me? Britain is a colony of the U.S. I said it. I'm sorry, I said it. I'm going to say it. When the U.S. is defending and helping Britain, they are now a colony of us. Now, you have to forgive me, but I speak truth. When you don't have the money to pay your portion of the defense of the NATO bill, and you don't have the resources to go and support your continent to secure it during a war, that means you're struggling economically, you're struggling financially, and that means a good majority of the citizens of Britain, they're suffering just like some of you in the US. This is real talk. So when I talk about a global recession / depression, you must understand the signs that are happening before your face. Britain and France are working to recruit people to help their hot air post-war notion. They don't know when the Ukraine war is going to end. But all they know is that when it ends, they may be there. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. Okay? I call bullshit. This is how you get distracted of where the money is flowing. Let me tell you where the money's flowing. Trump just announced a secret, what was it called? A secret plane?
A future fighter jet.
He just released a future fighter jet. Okay? He just released a contract of a future secretive fighter jet that basically uses drones. Okay? One plane controls drones. Now, while Britain and the EU and France are trying to figure out tic-tac-toe, they're trying to put their money together. Trump just said, we have a secret fighter jet. The contract's just been given. This fighter jet can control drones. That's money, people. That is money. That is power. That one country losing, another country is gaining momentum and money. This is how you see the power struggles in the shift of money. We are releasing a fighter jet that has the power to control drones. One jet controls drones. Do you not see the power and the money in that? We just released that contract. That is money. That is influence. That is encouraging foreign investment in the U.S. economy. So when you listen to the news, I am asking you to listen to the news from a point of view that is what you're not accustomed to. No one says, I will help support peace after the war is ended. You don't know how long it's going to take for this war to end. It would be in your best interest to get this war finalized now. Now, not for some hypothetical future. So this is how I read the news and I say, their economy's weak. Their citizens are not paying enough taxes for them to foot this bill, because anyone knows wartime activities actually boost the economy of those who are engaging in it. Real talk. You don't believe me? Look it up and Google it. Google it. Because they're spending, they're spending, and there's a multiplier effect that happens when you engage in type of activities. And Britain doesn't have it. All right? Britain doesn't have it. So let me go to my next topic. And I think I'm going to wrap it up from here. Oh, I got a couple more. Here's the next one. U.S. Navy destroyers that fought against the Houthis are now being sent to guard the U.S. southern border. So a U.S. Navy destroyer is now being redirected from the Red Sea, okay, that's been fighting the Houthis. They're being redirected to the U.S. southern border. Now you're asking why? Well, when the U.S. decides to redirect a U.S. Navy destroyer, we're spending money. We're spending money on fuel. We're spending money on salaries. We're spending money on resources. Now, when the U.S. decides to spend money to redirect a naval destroyer, you must understand it's about money. It is about money. Now, some of y'all like to think the U.S. Navy, we like to send ships and Navy destroyers for humanitarian reasons. That's secondary or tertiary. The primary reason is money. Now, what's happening on the U.S. southern border? Well, we're being sent there to support military operations. We're being sent there to support our assets, our interests. Now, what are U.S. assets, interests? Well, it's the United States. It's the citizens of the United States. It's the prosperity of the United States. It's the national security of the United States. Now, why is the U.S. concerned about national security? Well, without national security, we cannot have safety, we cannot have prosperity, we cannot have foreign investment. Do you think countries like Saudi Arabia is going to invest $1 trillion? Do you think United Arab Emirates is going to invest $1 trillion in a country that's not safe and secure? It's about money. It's about money. So the U.S. is spending money to protect its economic interests. We're doing it in the Red Sea, and guess what? We're doing it on our southern border. Now, what's happening? We are cracking down on smuggling, on unsolicited immigration. Okay, yes, we are cracking down on smuggling, unsolicited immigration, okay, trafficking of all sorts, okay, and we are essentially restoring the southern border integrity of the U.S. Now, if you don't know, when there's economy and the citizens of that economy are not able to be productive, healthy human beings, that means our workforce gets impacted. Now, you must read between the lines of what I'm saying because I'm on TikTok and I do not want to be flagged or banned. A U.S. Navy destroyer is going to our southern border to protect our interests because there are things and individuals that are crossing that are negatively impacting the prosperity and the longevity of the U.S. economy and its citizens. And when the U.S. economy and its citizens get impacted, guess what the U.S. does? We raise our head and we say hell to the no. And then we start making moves because if it's not making money, it doesn't make sense. And if it's impacting our ability to make money, there's a big, big problem. Exactly, Candy Cane. It's a big problem. When you do not have law-abiding, health and wellness U.S. citizens available to be productive beings, that actually impacts the growth, the stability of our economy. Have I lost you or are you still with me? Haley, Candy Cane, Haley, mute. Mute, Haley. I'm sorry, Haley, I got to mute you because I'm not trying to get flagged. Okay? We put DT for a reason. Don't block, just mute.
I just muted.
Okay. I have to put DT for a reason, okay? I'm not jeopardizing my live. If you don't know what's happening on the southern border of the U.S., I'm going to ask you to please Google it. I'm not going to say that on TikTok Live, and anyone who's asking, I'm going to have to mute you. I apologize, all right? I want to be clear. There's some activities that are happening that are impacting the U.S. economy, and you must understand that is not okay. It's not okay because that impacts foreign investment and impacts industries that are basically making money, and that is a problem. When you have illegal activities happening on many levels, that impacts the stability and the prosperity of the citizens and the economy. Anything else that you need to know, you're going to have to do research out of my live stream, okay? It impacts the dollar, correct? Okay? Everyone gets to prosper. Let's be clear. Everyone gets to prosper. The purpose of global trade, is that the world prospers. Now, how that prosperity happens, it can happen productively or it can happen in a way that's destructive. Okay, you have to be able to keep up. And Deetra, mute. Very clear. If you don't understand anything I'm saying, then this is not the live stream for you. I want to be clear. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that means this live stream is not for you. Real talk. It's not my problem that you don't understand what I'm talking about. It's your problem. And if you're watching me, what you should do is pay attention, listen closely, take notes, and do research. I don't feel bad for the fact that you don't know what I'm talking about. It's your problem. And if you're watching me, that's how I'm trying to take you from broke money, no money, to new money, to more money. You need to take responsibility for your lack of awareness. And if you can take initiative to write that comment, You can take that same initiative and get more information so that you can prosper. There's accountability here. That is why some people are able to make money in microeconomic booms and other people are not. It's because you have to be willing to take action, you have to take accountability, and you have to take responsibility for your prosperity. It is not my job to fill in the gaps for you. It is my job to point you in a direction where prosperity is happening and to help you understand microeconomic booms in front of your face so that you can capitalize and prosper over that. But I can't help you if you don't help yourself and you're on your own. So I'm going to leave you where I found you. Do you understand? I'm going to leave you where I found you. And when you're ready to catch up with me, let's do this. If not, stay where you are. Last story of the day, and then I'm going to tell you how this makes sense. Trump has made the following announcement. Hello, Coma. Welcome. Trump has made the following announcement. This is my last story, and I'm going to tell you how you can make money off of an economic boom that's happening right in front of your face. But the purpose of me going through these stories is I need to help train you, educate you in a different way. I need you to look at history. I need you to look at the news. I need you to view the world from a different point of view. I need you to view the world from the eyes of an opportunity. I need you to be able to objectively analyze risk and reward so that you can capitalize and you can benefit. The purpose of me showing you how to go from broke money to new money to more money is you got to have knowledge. You have to be able to interpret, you have to be able to read between the lines, and you have to be able to see cash, cash, money, money, cash, cash. Now, typically when you look at the news, most of you don't understand what it translates to money-wise. So I'm going through these stories. It's no different than going to school. I am showing you many different ways that power struggles, war struggles, all different types of activities are happening around you. I'm showing you this so you see where the money is. That is the purpose of my life. So I don't want to hear any bitching, moaning, or complaining of your lack of understanding. Get your ass in gear. Do some research. Stop scrolling and watching bullshit. And let's start getting this bag of money together. Do you understand? I don't do broke. I don't do generational poverty. And I don't do voluntary laziness. If you're watching me, you got it. Now you got to learn how to use it. If you're watching me, that means you got it up here. You just need to turn that son of a bitch on and start using it so you can start stacking that cash. Are we clear? I have no sympathy for you. If you found my live stream, it's for a good reason. Let's vibe. Let's learn. Okay, let's get this money together. Are we clear? Good. Trump has just announced that he's putting 25% tariffs on countries that buy Venezuelan oil. Let me explain to you what's going on. Trump is putting across the board tariffs on anyone who buys Venezuelan oil. That means if you import something in the U.S., and we know that you bought oil from Venezuela, you get a 25% tariff on everything. Let me explain to you why. We are putting pressure on the Venezuelan economy. You want to know why? Because the U.S. is having problems with a certain group of people from Venezuela. I want you to listen to me very carefully and read between the lines and tap that screen. There are certain groups who are originating from that region, and they are causing disruptions and harm to the U.S. economy and U.S. citizens. So what Trump has done is he wants to, you know how you handle a snake? You cut it off, you get rid of his head. Now, he's doing this financially, economically. Why? Because he can. That's the point of I told you, when you have money, knowledge, and resources, you get to flex on people to protect your interests. When you're broke, you don't have the ability to flex. But when you have new money and you're making more money, you can actually flex on people to protect your bank account and your financial interests. Yes. Back on topic. Guys, look, I love my troll. I'm sorry, I love my moderator. I want you to know I love my moderator very dearly. You need to understand that my moderator is the person who plans my live stream. Okay? My moderator is a very smart person. This person plans what I talk about to you. So when I have a person disrupting what my moderator has planned, you must understand she's going to block you because you're interfering with her goal. All right? This is not a normal moderator. This is a moderator who's protecting her interests. You got me? Good. Now let me explain to you how this works. Trump is putting economic power, economic pressure, downward pressure on the Venezuelan economy because Venezuela makes a lot of money from oil. Now, Trump wants to take this further, and he's actually impacting trade, global trade with Venezuela by telling other countries, if you buy oil from Venezuela, you will have a 25% tariff on any goods that you bring into the U.S. Now, any smart business person does not want a 25% tariff on their goods because it makes it more expensive, and U.S. citizens are more than likely are not going to buy. Do you see the flex? Now, why is Trump doing this? Because Trump wants Venezuela to take care of these group of individuals, and Venezuela is not willing to cooperate. So with enough financial loss and enough economic depression, Trump is very, very confident that Venezuela will get a new look, a new breath of life, and will see things from our point of view and start handling whatever it is that needs to be handled so that we all can prosper financially. Now, when I told you at the beginning of my live stream, I told you this was about money and it was about power, and how power struggles can also create microeconomic booms. Now, these type of microeconomic booms, I don't suggest that you get involved in because they're questionable and they're dangerous. They're risky, very risky, but I wanted to illustrate to you that there are many levels to economy and there's many levels to prosperity. Even questionable activities creates microeconomic booms. And I'm saying questionable, you have to read between the lines. Questionable activities that happens across certain borders create microeconomic booms. They are illegal. They are not good. But I'm illustrating to you that money is constantly moving. Now, whether it's moving in an ethical or unethical way, that's not the purpose of my live stream. The purpose of my live stream is to show you questionable and ethical can make money. Questionable activities, illegal activities create microeconomic booms. Ethical, humanitarian, law-abiding activities create microeconomic booms. And this is how you have a power struggle that impacts your pocket. Now, let's get to you guys. These power struggles are impacting your life one way or another. There are some people who are actually getting impacted. Their families, your friends are getting impacted by DT. If you don't know what DT is, I'm sorry. There are people's lives that are getting impacted by things that are coming across the border. And it's negatively impacting the quality of life, the productivity of life, and the prosperity of your life. So what I'm talking to you about as far as what Trump is trying to do, it impacts your life that way. But it's also impacting your life another way. If you do not know, there is a recession/depression happening, but there's also an economic boom. You have two sides of the same coin that's happening. You have an economic boom and you have a recession and depression happening globally. Now, for a good portion of people, they are really feeling the pressures of this recession/depression because jobs are being lost. Jobs are being destroyed. Jobs are being destroyed because there's an economic boom that's happening at the same time. What is this economic boom? I like to call it the digital wave. It includes AI, it includes algorithms, it includes automations, it includes chips, quantum computing, automations, robotics. That's where your jobs are going. Now, just because you can't see it, companies who are investing in digital technologies are able to leverage those technologies and get rid of a lot of jobs because they now have automations, they now have robotics, they now have AI, they now have quantum computing that can work faster, longer than human beings. You see, you guys, we cost too much. You want vacation, you want health care, you want paid time off, you want sick days, you want holidays, you want lunch. Our robot automations don't need that. So that is 24/7 profits being earned by a business. Are you with me? So the reason why you are not able to get an income, create the income you like, or you're going through your savings is because you are in a time of great innovation. Now, I say it's a great thing because it's going to make our life easier, but it also gives you the opportunity for freedom. Time freedom, money freedom, it gives you the chance to step out on your own. The problem is that for the last 50, 80, 100 years plus, we have gotten used to working for others. At the point of the purpose of my life, I told you, I said opportunity was risk and reward. Risk and reward. Some of y'all thought sitting at a job was a great reward when that was one of your biggest risks. Let me tell you why. You got comfortable working for someone, you got comfortable with someone else investing in you, and you got comfortable with getting paid every 2 weeks or once a month. Now that we are in the digital age, this is your greatest detriment economically, because your job is now obsolete due to innovation, due to technology. Now, how do you earn an income when you're competing with robots? I'm going to tell you how. You don't fight with digital technologies. You harness the same technologies that are taking your job. Listen to me. The same technologies that are the reason why you are unemployed are the reason why Trump is able to dismantle the Department of Education, the Department of Health and Human Services, while he's able to decrease the budget of the Department of Defense. It's some of the same technologies that you use to earn an income. The problem is you can't get a job. As time goes forward, you're not going to be able to get a job. So what do? You need your own business. You need your own business. You have to start investing in yourself. You have to start using the technologies that other companies and the government's using. You have to use the technology that these companies and the government, they're using to get rid of your job. That is how you thrive. That is how you prosper. You have to shatter the employee mindset. And you have to realize that the U.S. economy is built upon the backs of small businesses. Now, I know some of you have never thought that you wanted your own business or that you could have your own business. But guess what? You are now walking into a time where you don't have a choice. Either you fight over crumbs and scraps as far as wages and employment, non-employment opportunities, or you take the bull by the horns and you do what companies like Amazon and Apple and Google are doing. They're using AI. They're using automations to earn them bank efficiently. Do you understand? Don't see these technologies as the enemy. You must see them as a tool for your betterment. It's like going from a horse to a car. Some people think, car? I like my horseback. There's nobody riding horseback right now unless you're doing it for leisure or you have a horse farm, a stud farm. So just like horses were replaced, candles were replaced, digital technologies are here to give you a higher quality of life. However, you're only going to get the benefits if you do what companies are doing, which means they invest a small amount and they get a huge return. What am I talking about? I am talking about the digital economic boom. Specifically, I'm talking about e-learning. E-learning is booming because of technologies like AI and automations. E-learning is online learning. Now, to earn money in e-learning, you got to have the knowledge, you got to have the technology. Now, it's cheaper than you think. Anyone who's watching me on a cell phone, let me tell you this, you spent too much money on a cell phone. You could have spent less money on a cell phone and you could have had technologies that earn you income 24/7. I just told you companies like Google, Microsoft, IBM are investing in AI and automations. That is how they're becoming efficient and economically profitable, but beyond your wildest imagination. Now I'm talking to you. You could also use automations, online, and AI technology to earn income 24/7, to have a 2-hour workday, and to get paid every single day. I didn't say to get paid every 2 weeks. I didn't say get paid once a month. I said daily pay. I said you could have a 2-hour workday, all because you're using an online system that has automations in the e-learning industry. The e-learning industry is going to projected to double in 2 years. Right now it's at $1.5 billion every single day. $1.5 billion every single day. It is projected to become $3 billion by 2027. It's going to double. This is called a microeconomic boom. Who can do this? Everybody. Anybody can do this. Let me tell you this. Who can do this? Everyone. Who can afford this? Everyone. You want to know why? Because one, it's yours. It's yours. You own it. Just like you own your iPhone, you own it. Two, it works for you. The online automated system that is already built, you don't have to build it. It works for you 24/7. It gives you worldwide access, which means you can be anywhere in the world and you can be earning income every single day off of a 2-hour workday. Here's the sweetest part. 2 sweet points. One, you earn 100% of the money. Did you hear me? 100% of the money you earn is yours. You have your automated system. You earn 100% of the money. This is not multi-level marketing. This is not cold calling. This is not affiliate marketing. This is not network marketing. This is an online automated system that's already built. You plug your domain into it and you get taught how to use it. I told you to make money from an economic boom, you need the right time, which is now. You need the technology, it's already built, and you need the knowledge. So the automated system comes with the manual, the education that teaches you how to earn digital money. Everything is online. I'm going to repeat because some of you are looking at me like this, like I'm in the Matrix. You can work 2 hours a day, get paid daily, and earn 100% of the money in an industry that is booming. It is projected to double in 2 years. That is called a microeconomic boom. That is called money. How you go from broke money to new money and new money to more money. By investing less than the cost of your cell phone one time investment, you get an online money machine. I call it an online money machine because that's what it is to me. It's an automated money machine. It works for you 24/7. It gives you an online business, and you get the training to earn money online. Your cell phone came with a manual. Your cell phone came with a manual. This comes with the manual also. It's step by step. It's beginner friendly. A 4-year-old can do this. You can be a high school dropout. You can be an unemployed executive from Apple who just got fired for lying about Apple intelligence. You can have an Ivy League degree. You can be a college dropout. You can be a stay-at-home mom. You can be a truck driver, an Uber driver, a housekeeper, a nanny. You can be anybody. That is the great thing. That is the great thing about being in the digital age. The digital age is actually, hold on, there's a bubble. The digital age is actually leveling the playing field. It is giving people an opportunity that they could not have before economically. So what do? This is what you do. You just go to my profile. My website is there. It's a one-time payment of $100 or $300 or $600. Listen to me. You can have an online automated system in the e-learning industry that is projected to double in 2 years. And it's cheaper than your cell phone. It's cheaper than your gaming system. It's cheaper than your flat screen TV. A one-time payment of $100 or $300 or $600 gives you the ability to earn digital money online. That is money freedom. That is time freedom. You will be taught everything you need to know. What do? You just go to my profile. I do not give out my website on my live streams. I want people who are serious. I want people who are focused. Now, you do not work for me. I want to be clear. This is not a job. You do not work for me. If you decide to invest in your own knowledge and your own technology, it's yours. It's your business. It's your online automated system. It's your daily pay. It's your 100% profits. It's your 2-hour workday. I want to be clear. This is not a job. You are investing in technology and knowledge for yourself. This is not cold calling. This is not multi-level marketing. This is not affiliate marketing. This is not network marketing. Just like Amazon invested in robotics and automations, Google is investing in quantum computing. You would be investing in an online system that's already built that you can have up and running within 3 days, launching to profit in 7 days, because this is yours. You have to invest in yourself to be able to earn an income in this new economic landscape. I want to be clear. This is one-time payment, lifetime access, step-by-step training, live mentoring. You will be taught. Now, why did I say you can be an executive at Apple or you can be a nanny that can do this? Because unless you know how to earn money online, you're all starting at the same point. The only difference is this is very profitable. This is very profitable. It's part of an economic boom. The profits are 100% profits for a reason, because this online business has no expenses. This is an online business with no expenses. There's no inventory. There's no middlemen. There's no employees. There's no expenses. That is how you earn 100% profit. So I'm getting ready to get off. I want to summarize. Just like Amazon is investing in robots and automations to earn more money in this digital economic boom, if you keep looking for a job, you're going to be struggling financially. To get ahead in this modern day, this time of innovation, you need your own business. You now have an opportunity to have a business in an industry that is projected to double within 2 years. The investment costs less than your cell phone. It costs less than your flat screen TV. It costs less than your gaming system. And for some of you, it's cheaper than your monthly cell phone bill. It's a one-time investment. You get an automated money machine and you get a manual. You get taught how to earn money online so that your money machine is working for you 24/7. You can be a high school dropout. You can be a retiree. You can have an MBA degree. It doesn't matter. Everyone is going to be taught. What do you need to do to succeed? You need 2 hours a day. You need 2 hours a day to focus on income earning activities. You need 30 minutes to 1 hour to log in to learn to go through your video lessons. Okay? That's a 2 to 3 hour workday. You need to be coachable. You need to have a cell phone. You need to have Wi-Fi. You need to be consistent and you need to commit. If you can commit to being broke in a job, you can commit to investing in yourself, having your own technology, and establishing your independence. That is how you go from broke money to new money to more money. You cannot leverage an economic boom. How do I log in? You don't log in, you just go to my website. You don't make money from an economic boom unless you have the right time, you have the technology, and you have the knowledge. Timing, technology, knowledge. The time is now. If you wait until the microeconomic boom finishes at 3 billion, you're too late. This is the sweet spot. So the timing is now. You need the knowledge, you need the technology. This automated system gives you both. One-time payment of 600 or one-time payment of 300 or one-time payment of 100. You could be launching to profit in 7 days. There's no monthly costs. There's no hidden costs. There are no costs to having this online business. This puts other businesses to shame, this model. Welcome to the digital age, everyone. I told you at the beginning of my live stream, I would show you, how are you doing, Mr. Gaba? I told you at the beginning of my live stream, money does not disappear. Money moves. And if you want to learn how to move, how do I get you? It's on my profile, user. User, it's on my profile. All you got to do is go to my profile, my website's there. I told you money does not disappear, money moves. And that is how you ride an economic boom. This is how you identify a microeconomic boom, and this is how you ride an economic boom. It's called timing, it's called investing in technology, and it's called knowledge. Forex, no. Forex is risky. No one can afford the risk that's tied to crypto, stocks, or foreign exchange. No. Scratch that. This is stable. This is prosperous. This is lucrative. Do not listen to risky-ish. I want to be clear. Risky. No. You can be in profit mode quicker than you can realize, and there's no cost associated with it. All you got to do is do what Amazon or anyone else does. They invest in themselves and they reap the rewards for profits. You have to be retrained. You have to be schooled. You need your automated system, and it's already made. So my question for you is, do I have to get online like you? Well, Miss Nika, how do you earn money online, Miss Nika? In order to have a profitable online business, let me tell you what you do. First, you don't spend money on advertising. Anyone who spends money for an online business on marketing and advertising, that eats away at your profits first. Second, if you want to do this faceless, you can do this faceless. If you do this faceless, it takes more time to ramp up. I'm being real with you. Can you do this faceless? Yes. Will it take you more time? It's okay, Miss Nika. Will it take you more time? Yes. Is it possible? Hell yeah. So I want to be clear. To have an online business that gets you 100% profits, that means you have to attract customers.
2 minutes until the next.
I got 2 minutes before I have to go live again. You have to attract customers. How do you attract customers without spending money? Well, either you show your beautiful spirit, or you do this faceless. Either way, you will be taught how to do so. So, money, money, cash, 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 money, money. Let's stack that cash. Let's tap that cash. Let's stash that cash. The digital age has no permits, no licenses, no regulators, no gatekeepers. There's no one that can stop you from getting this bag except for you. If you sleep on an economic boom, you basically will wake up on broke side. Just like rich people take action, Amazon takes action, Google takes action, Trump takes action, you have to take action too. Trump is stacking money for the US. He's not stacking money for you. You actually going to have to invest in yourself. And you're going to have to make this happen. Otherwise, you will be standing at the unemployment line, and I have news for you. Trump is probably going to get rid of unemployment. So either you start getting this bank in an industry that's booming, or you keep trying to figure out how 1 penny plus 2 pennies does not equal $1. I love you. Thank you. I'll be back again tomorrow. My website's on my profile, and everything you need to know is on my website. You can afford this. There's also a payment plan. There's a payment plan. You can afford this. If you do not find a way to invest in yourself, you're on your own. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.